All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your Monday morning dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to rock and roll this week. I want to talk to you today about a section of one of my favorite books. It's an all-time bestseller by Dale Carnegie called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And what I want to do is I want to do kind of a high-level review of some of the strategies and things that I felt have helped me in business, I think can help you as well in business, and also to be able to get more results, whether it's more sales, communication, clients, relationships, whatever it is. And, there's four major parts of this book. There's a part on techniques for handling people. There's a part on ways to make people like you. That's a pretty interesting section. The third area is winning people over to your way of thinking. And then there is becoming a leader. Now, make no mistake, all four of these sections are great content. How to Win Friends and Influence People is by far one of the best business books that have been ever produced by Dale Carnegie. But I want to talk to you today about part 3, which is winning people to your way of thinking. Now, look, I've learned from this section, this particular section, some things that have really helped me in my business. Because many times in my life, I've worked really hard to quote unquote sell people into my way of thinking or my vision. And selling and negotiating and persuasion, they're all amazing skills to develop, but it's far more effective as a leader, and it lasts much longer to persuade people to your thinking and vision by leading them to that same way through sincerity and genuine concern for their wants and desires. And so there are a lot of different ways to win people to your way of thinking, but I believe Carnegie does an amazing job of talking about this from a level 5 leader perspective. So in this section, he covers 12 critical points, and I want to give you kind of an overview of those points today, just as might be a reminder for you, it might be new for you. But I'm going to cover those 12 points in order to kind of set you up for the week so that you can really begin to create some serious persuasion, leadership abilities through everything that you do. So let's get right into it. Number 1, he says the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. No one ever wins an argument. You've got to learn to take a minute, process the facts, and change your perspective. And I absolutely agree with that. I think you would as well, that no one ever gets the best of an argument. So the best way is just to avoid it. And that's something that a true leader does. Number 2, show respect for other person's opinions. Never say you're wrong. And this is a really difficult one for a lot of people to do, because when you're a driven entrepreneur, telling someone that they're wrong, it's just going to cause negative feelings, but sometimes you're trying so hard to get your point across that it comes across showing disrespect for other people's opinions. So even when you think you're wrong, you can gain more ground by being indirect about it than by just saying, your idea is bad or you're wrong. The third point that Carnegie talks about is if you are wrong, admit it quickly and empathetically. And, it's such an important thing to be able to, as a leader, take accountability and responsibility, around the people that you trust. And also don't wait to admit that you're wrong. Be quick and decisive about it. There's a lot of respect that'll come your way when you admit when you're wrong and you quickly and effectively admit that. I think that's a great trait to have. Number 4, he says, begin in a friendly way. Now, people are always more open and receptive when you're friendly, but even if you're upset, we can gain ground with sincerity and friendliness. And so it's important to keep that characteristic in mind when you're working with people. Begin in a friendly way, no matter what the circumstances. Number 5, get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Start with questions that you already know the answer to. And this is, there are a lot of sales techniques to helping people to be able to say yes and yes. But when you get them in that affirmative mode, and that's why you hear a lot of effective speakers and individuals talk this way, they'll ask a question that they know people agree with and say yes or yes. And when you get people saying yes, then you're moving them in the right direction. So that's a great technique. Number 6, let the other person do a great deal of the talking. Now, you've heard that before. People like to talk and they don't really like to listen. But ask questions and then sit back and let people explain themselves. They want to be heard. People want to be heard. They don't want to just listen to what you have to say. And so allowing people to be heard and do more talking is a great effective strategy for persuasion. Number 7, let the other person feel the idea is theirs. Now, when you move ego out of the way, you've got to realize that people are more committed to their own ideas. And so with proper questions, you can lead people to the conclusion that you want rather than telling them what you want. And when you lead people to so that they think it's their idea and they feel it's their idea, they're going to be far more committed to it. And that's going to be more beneficial for everyone all the way around. So that's a great technique. Number 8, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. This is Covey 101. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Adopt a sympathetic grasp of their viewpoint. It's one thing to listen to someone's viewpoint, but when you try to understand their viewpoint, it makes you far more effective at persuasion, because you can't understand how to help someone change their point of view when you don't understand what their point of view is. So try to honestly and genuinely see things from other people's point of view. You might also learn something. Number 9, be sympathetic with the other person's ideas or desires. People desire sympathy and sincere listening to their perspective. You've got to let people know that you truly are sympathetic and understanding of what they're doing. You can use that technique that I've talked about before in sales called feel, felt, found, where you can say, listen, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, and then this is what I found. But when you try to show sympathy and empathy for individuals, you're going to get far more ground with them, and you're definitely going to be a far better persuasive leader. Number 10, appeal to their nobler motives. People want to do things for what they believe are good reasons. People are usually acting and are driven by motives that they desire. So appeal to their motives. Appeal to what it is that they want to accomplish in life and see how you can make that fit into the vision of what you'd like to accomplish as well. Another great idea, number 11, is dramatize your ideas, because we are in the age of drama. We know that, right? Stating facts and figures and details are not enough. Storytelling is the key, and it's very, very useful, because when you train people on ideas and they hear an application of that idea in a story or somewhere that you're vulnerable or connect, or you show some emotions or you show an application of the idea, it's definitely going to be something they're going to remember more. So find ways to dramatize your ideas, and that'll help with persuasion as well. And then the final topic, the final strategy, the final idea that Dale Carnegie comes up with is throw down a challenge. I mean, who doesn't love a good challenge? Everybody wants to have something to prove, right? To others and to themselves. When you throw down a challenge that aligns with your idea, that's something that can really, really get you some distance with what you're trying to do in your leadership capabilities. Now, on a personal note, I know we all want to have healthy relationships, and I've learned over time that conflict, when you're being matter of fact, or you're just being too direct, it's not a recipe for a lasting relationship. It doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. In a conflict, or when you're being too matter of fact, you're not going to make the progress. Dale Carnegie does an excellent job of reminding us, exactly what we can do to create a winning, persuasive, and productive strategy to getting what you want in life with these 12 strategies. And so if you're sincerely trying to create your best life, and you want to have more results in life, and you want to have more success, you have to learn the art of persuasion. You have to learn the art of being able to help lead people to the decisions that you'd like to make that align with your vision. And these are great principles in this book. This third section, I highly recommend it. I recommend you go pick up a copy of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I look forward to seeing what you might do to apply these different things in your life. I'm really excited to be able to have you do that. And the other thing I want to be able to mention to you is we have some really, really good content that we're releasing this week. We've got a free copy of Show Me the Profits that was written by my business partner, Justin. And Show Me the Profits is a way for you to really, truly, immediately increase the revenue in your business. What it does is it talks about the 5 key levers that you can use in your business. And it talks about what are the 20% of the activities that create 80% of the results. And in addition, it even gives 8 specific strategies you can do. And these are strategies that we use to uncover, $10,000 in revenue in less than 45 minutes in any business. And so I highly recommend you go pick up a copy of that ebook as well. It's free. It's totally free. And you can go to showmetheprofits.com, and that's available immediately. It should be available as soon as this podcast is released. So I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you make it a great week. Implement these 12 strategies for persuasion in your week, and I look forward to hearing more from you. My name is George Wright III. This has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.